High school basketball fans, welcome to the first MaxWire of the year for basketball. I am Chris Stonebraker, and starting November 20th, we will be doing a similar show as Friday Night Live, but focused on the high school basketball scene called The Court Report. It will be live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. Megan Pache and Maxpreps national basketball editor Jason Hickman will join me each and every week. Now, I could not wait to get Jason Hickman on the phone or in the studio or whatever to talk about this upcoming basketball season and the Maxpreps Xcellent 25 preseason rankings that were just released today. So, Jason, welcome to the show.
Excited to be with you, Chris, and excited for another season of high school basketball.
I want to know from you right now, can you please tell me what exactly goes into creating a list like this that takes 20,000 teams and cuts it down to a top 25 in the country?
Yeah, well, it's a long, complicated process, Chris, with more factors than we have time to discuss here today. But to the best of our ability, what we're trying to do is project where these teams will be in March based on the talent that they've assembled in their program. And to a lesser degree, the track record of the program going back 5, 10, 20 years, in some cases where coaches have stayed at the same school for a long period of time.
Well, over the last few years, we've had this really clear separation between prep and public schools. It looks like this year in the Maxpreps Xcellent 25, we don't. May I ask why?
Well, yeah, it's been a divided house the last couple of years, Chris, but we're returning to an all-encompassing approach this year. I think it's going to simplify things for fans and readers at Maxpreps. I think there's some merit to recognizing advantages and limitations certain programs experience. But in terms of what we're seeing on the court, the sense that I get from coaches is that they want to be measured against the best, regardless of state association, affiliation, size, geography. So just in an effort to simplify things, we're going with one set of rankings, the Xcellent 25, and that's the big enchilada that everybody's going to want to be in.
Will we still have separate rankings though, like prep, computer, and public rankings on the site?
Absolutely. The first week in December, we'll continue to provide rankings breakdowns of top public schools, top private schools, and top academy prep programs. And new to this year, we will also be putting out composite rankings that will factor in the various media outlets that provide national rankings for basketball.
Okay, so enough about all this boring ranking stuff and how we create the rankings. Let's talk about the Maxpreps Xcellent 25 rankings. At least right now, let's talk about the top 10 teams, the players, the schedules, the coaches, just everything in general about these top 10 Maxpreps Xcellent 25 teams.
Absolutely. We start with number 1, Montford Academy. A lot of people think this team's going to take a step back this year, but I love the personnel. They have 7 seniors already committed to Division I schools, and their top prospect may be junior Australian transplant Ben Simmons, who is committed to LSU. I think this team fits in with what head coach Kevin Boyle wants to do a little bit more. The schedule is going to be brutal, but they certainly have the depth and talent to take it head on. At number 2, Finley Prep may even have more raw talent than Montford, but they're on their 3rd head coach in 3 years, and you look at any sport at any level in the United States, and that's typically not a recipe for success. At number 3, Huntington St. Joseph Prep has 4 top 50 seniors led by Gonzaga-bound point guard Josh Perkins. Number 4, Oak Hill Academy already has thrown a monkey wrench into our rankings with an early season loss to Quality Education Academy, but I fully expect the Warriors to bounce back under head coach Steve Smith. Number 5, Mater Dei, going for its 4th straight state title with Stanley Johnson, who is the best player in America for my money. Head coach Gary McKnight has 960 wins entering the season against just 85 losses. Basketball Hall of Famer in my mind, maybe overdue for that honor at this point. Number 6, Bishop Gorman is led by 7-foot junior Steven Zimmerman. The Gales haven't missed a beat under head coach Grant Rice in the post-Shabazz Muhammad era. Number 7, Prime Prep, features 247sports.com's top-ranked senior prospect in Emmanuel Moutier. and also has an elite junior in Elijah Thomas and elite sophomore in shooting guard Terrence Ferguson. Number 8, La Lumiere, is a bit of an upstart program under head coach Alan Huss that last year scored a signature win that really put them on the map over Oak Hill Academy and brought in a wave of quality young talent over the summer. Number 9, Whitney Young. We would have been talking about the Dolphins as a preseason number 1 had they not lost a couple of transfers over the summer. But the Dolphins spent several weeks at number 1 last year, and I expect them to be in the thick of things again with perhaps the nation's top big man duo in 6'10" Jaleel Okafor and 6'9" Paul White. Finally, at number 10, St. John Bosco from Bellflower, California. Had I had a full grasp of Bosco's schedule earlier on, I may have been reluctant to put them this high. They meet number 9, Whitney Young, 1 month from today in Chicago. They play in the City of Palms Classic out in Florida and have 2 league games against number 5, Mater Dei on the schedule. It's going to be absolutely brutal, but they've got a nice little backcourt with Tyler Dorsey and Daniel Hamilton.
Jason Hickman, Maxpreps National Basketball Editor, thank you so much for all the information and joining me today on MaxWire.
Absolutely. Looking forward to doing it again, Chris.
Oh, looking forward to it too. And everyone, thanks for joining me here on MaxWire. Remember that starting November 20th, Jason Hickman, Megan Mache, and myself will be all doing this again, but each and every week, as we will be bringing you the Court Report every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. I am Chris Stonebraker, and thanks for clicking in to MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports.